I'm Daphne C.
I'm Lindsay S.
I'm Rebecca F.
I'm Shira O.
I'm Margot N.
I'm Juliana S. And this is YJP News.
What first comes to mind when you think of filmmaking? Disney? Pixar? Where do you think those companies come from? Filmmakers, right? But where do they come from? They don't exactly grow on trees. They have to practice filmmaking. Practice, practice, practice. And where can they practice? Well, right here at Purchase College. In the filmmaking program at Purchase College, a group of 5 is getting ready to make movie magic. They use professional tools and props, and the end result comes out as amazing. The instructor helps and teaches them through the process of filmmaking.
So we teach them about composition, we teach them about shot sizes, different storytelling aspects, as well as shooting and editing. So they learn how to take their film from an idea in their head to the full-fledged finished film.
Some don't even know the first thing about films, but now their ideas are coming to life on screen. The director, Hope S., guides the other students and helps them with their scripts and acting.
The 3 main things you want to do when you filmmake is to brainstorm your idea, and that's storyboarding and writing your idea, and also filming it with your crew and editing. So everyone says that the story you write is different than the story you film is different than the story you edit.
Filmmaking teaches students more than just film. It also teaches them creativity, flexibility, and leadership.
The most important thing about filmmaking, I'd say, is that you write a story that people can relate to, and a story that and it carries through a specific message, because I feel like your story overall has to have one specific thing that everyone has to leave knowing.
But before people can get to know something, Hope must complete the final stages of editing her movie. From Purchase College, this is Daphne C. for YJP News.
This segment of YJP News is centered on the arts at Purchase College, but not just regular art, the outdoor arts. This field of art expresses so many different things and has so much variety. This campus is filled with colorful, unique, and vibrant pieces of art by assorted sculptors, and all of them are so different from one another. Assistant curator of the Newberger Museum says SUNY Purchase has many tasteful pieces that visitors will notice right away.
I think that when you drive into the campus and see the Henry Moore sculpture that is right at the front of the campus, it really attracts attention. It's a beautiful, big, beautiful sculpture, and it's got a beautiful patina to it, and I think just the angle, the roundness of it makes people feel really welcome.
Alexander Lieberman and Andy Goldsworthy are 2 other sculptors on campus. Each one of them, including Moore, has such a distinct feature about the works that they create, and their pieces are so colorful and draw the human eye so closely to examine tiny flaws on the edges of the sculpture. But you are only able to view most sculptures on campus, and you aren't allowed to touch them. Why is that?
That's a great question, and I think in the public sculpture, we struggle with that a lot. Some sculptors make things to be touched. Most of the sculpture on this campus is not meant to be touched, and it's really hard because some of it is very tactile and you really want to touch it, but most of it is meant not to be touched.
All of the outdoor sculptures at Purchase College have their own special features, and everyone has a favorite.
I think my favorite piece is the Andy Goldsworthy, which is also at the front of the campus. It's a cairn made of stone, and he created it by himself with stones that he just stuck together without any cement or anything. It's all balanced together like an old stone wall. And what I love about it is that it ages.
I'm Lindsay S. at the SUNY Purchase College campus for YJP News, and I'm looking at what seems to be a stack of wood. It is a stack of wood, but it's also outdoor art.
Here at SUNY Purchase College in the Newberger Museum, the African art has its very own permanent exhibit. This is an exhibit that doesn't change and will always be in the museum. In this exhibit, all the pieces have something in common. They are amazing. African art was created by the people south of the Sahara. African masks figures were mostly used in religious ceremonies. Lots of these sculptures were made out of wood. Helene Posner, the chief curator, wants visitors to learn about
creativity of the various peoples across the continent of Africa. Many of these objects are made for ritual purposes, for example. That's one thing we can learn. How are these pieces used And we're very proud of the collection that we have, so people can get a more global sense of what's going on in the world. So we see not only Western art from our own country, from Europe and places like that, but we also get exposed to arts of Africa.
Sculptures weren't just wood, but also metal, fabric, and buttons. These twins are powerful to many African people. They believe that they take away evil and bring good. This collection is permanently on display at the Newburgh Museum, which is open all year round. The most colorful piece in the exhibit is the masquerade costume from the Yoruba peoples of Nigeria. Its multicolored fabric contains coins, buttons, and even mirrors. From SUNY Purchase College in the Newburgh Museum, this is Rebecca F. for the YJP News.
In the Newburgh Museum, there's a very interesting exhibit called Landed, Surveying New Geographies, and it has caught many people's attention. It is a place where you don't just look at a piece of paper and try to find a specific location. It is about viewing different types of techniques and technology. You are looking at the Landed, Surveying New Geographies exhibit in the Newburgh Museum of Art. It had art that was sculpted with metal, there was hand-drawn artwork, there was photography with different types of cameras, and videos of different subjects.
Oh, I really love this wrought iron gate. It's really very striking because it seems so simple, but it's really got a lot going on.
It used to be the door to the Purchase College graveyard, but they took it out and put it in the Newburgh Museum, and soon it will be put back in the graveyard. Another person's work was Lewis Hawks, and he was a journalist who traveled with Border Patrol. These pieces are taken with a night scope. He recorded and took pictures of people crossing the border. Another piece is an artist who's hand-drawn different things in New York City, like a sewer or anything you don't look closely for. Also, there are pictures of land, and along with it there's a 3D model of land on a screen. It looks very simple, but if you think about it, there's more than you think. There's an Indian tribe that used high-tech devices like a drone and 3D imaging. They took aerial photographs with a camera and drone and used those photographs of the reservation to create a 3D image. The Indian tribe presented all of the pictures to United Nations and won protection against illegal loggers and oil drillers.
It's a good way to give you perspective on what you've always taken for granted, which is the land.
It's the unmarked graves underfoot in the old cemetery behind the Newburgh that inspired the creation of the gate, which is dedicated to the slaves who worked and died in the area. When the exhibit is over, this art piece will become the new permanent gate right here at the old cemetery in Purchase College. This is Shira O for the YJP News.
In the Visual Arts building at Purchase College, there's a classroom where kids are creating comic books. The comic making class is part of the summer youth program. In this class at Purchase, kids are discovering new things every day about creating comic books. Adam O is one of the students in the creative program.
Just learning so much about how to build comics and how to make the story much better.
The first thing students do when they get to the camp is create a character that is original and then work to improve it. The head of the comic book making program is Professor Carl Potts. He is teaching the students from his experience and passion.
I've always loved comics since I was your age, very small, and I used to work in the comic industry for Marvel Comics for a lot of years, and I found and developed a lot of talent there, and I just enjoyed doing that. I enjoyed helping people learn how to create comics and make them better.
The second thing is the narrative, which is the story, the visuals, which are the pictures, and the sequential visual storytelling, which is putting everything you did together. Professor Potts made 4 of his students create a drawing that describes a feeling. The 4 feelings were happy, sad, love, and horror. The professor had them write a caption that goes with the picture.
It's sort of a creative exercise to get your creative juices flowing and to think in new and different ways.
And who could create the next superhero? Could it be one of these young artists? This is Margot Nelson for the YJP News.
They say teachers are the backbone of our civilization, but here at Purchase, teachers and teaching assistants alike help the students with many tasks.
Here you see our classmate getting help from one of our teaching assistants. Marley is helping the student with some of her video editing. She uses her knowledge of computers to fix and improve our work, but she does it all while keeping our ideas in mind.
I chose to be a teaching assistant because I really wanted to work with students, and I found that journalism was something that I could do that with. And I am a literature major, and so I thought I'd be able to help out more.
What was the hardest part of being a teaching assistant?
I think finding out different ways to teach certain students, because everybody has a different way of learning. So, and kind of like making sure everybody's on the same page, but I think over time it got easier.
Maddie is the second teaching assistant we see. Here she's setting up a shot with a student. She's helping her get good lighting, background, and positioning with the camera. She will also help her find the best photos and videos from the ones the student took to make the final product look professional. So whether you're the teacher, the assistant, or even the student, you've still got a lot of work to do. From Purchase College, I'm Juliana S. for YJP News.